Alrighty, I'm going to be doing a presentation about the marine life that can be found down here at Portsea Pier. Now, this is the third time I've tried to record this and it's messed up. Hopefully, third time's the charm. I'm currently located at Bay Play Adventure Tours, an amazing company that does snorkel tours and things of that nature in Port Phillip Bay. I'm going to be focusing on the marine life that can be found right near and right around Portsea Pier today. Now, first things first, I want to talk about an acknowledgement of country. The Bunurong people, the land we are on, which today have been down in this specific area for 40,000 years, around 41,000 years. And they were absolutely amazing caretakers and masters of the oceans, masters of the land, and looked after this land very, very well. Now, Sonia Marie, a Bunurong educator in the local area, describes the Bunurong land as the kangaroo. If you imagine the most southern point, Wilson's Prom, as the head of the kangaroo, where I am, Portsea as the tail, as the legs, excuse me, and Melbourne sort of as the middle of the tail. You can sort of imagine that kangaroo there, and even has the little pouch. You can imagine as a little baby kangaroo, wallaby, in the middle there. It's French Island. Super beautiful culture and people, and I want to bring that in front of mine today. Next thing is the Great Southern Reef. Um, Heaps of people know about the Great Barrier Reef, one of the seven wonders of the world, but not many people know about the Great Southern Reef. It expands across the whole width of Australia, going from that Perth side over to Coolangatta, around about 1,000 kilometres in width, which is just insane. It has sort of three main distinctions: kelp forest, sponge gardens, and rocky reefs, and also has three main colours, which I'll talk about in greater detail later, but it's reds, greens, and browns. Habitats. So we're focusing about Port Phillip Bay today, so we're more going on to Port Phillip Bay here. We've got the kelp forest, the rocky reefs, and the sponge gardens, as we spoke about, really common in the Great Southern Reef. And then we've got those open water, those sandy plains, and behind my head says artificial reefs. Artificial reefs, a little bit of topic of conversation. It can be quite damaging to the environment to put in an artificial reef. It's quite an extensive process. But on the other side of the coin, it is an amazing home and protection for lots of things like sponges, sea slugs, sweetie sea dragon, all types of things like that. So it's a give and take with artificial reefs. Now, marine life forms. We've sort of got four main marine life forms in the whole of the ocean, really, and they're fit into four categories. There's seaweed, still creatures, slow movers, and swift movers. First things first we'll cover is the seaweeds and the seagrass, sort of fall into the same bracket. Those reds, greens, and browns is when comes up. So we've got those red seaweeds, the greens, and the browns, really, really common across the whole of the Great Southern Reef and just the whole bottom of Australia. And then those sea grasses, we mention those because they're really, really good camouflage for certain creatures, especially that one on the right side of the screen, just adjacent to my head. Amazing, amazing camouflage. Moving on, still or sessile creatures. Easy to mistake these as just sort of like a unsentient being, not alive. Sponges and mussels, and anemones, fanworms, sea squirts, corals, and barnacles, they are all living, breathing, and moving creatures. They don't have a face, so it's understandably a thing you can mistake for, but they are alive and very much with us. Slow moving creatures. Sea snails, amazing, beautiful shells. The sea stars, the top two right ones, they are amazing creatures. There's the 11-armed sea stars and the biscuit sea stars. Now, these aren't harmful creatures. You could hold these in your hand and they would be completely fine, but it's sort of frowned upon. You don't want to hold them. The oils and the moisture in our skin can be a little bit harmful to them. It stings a little bit for them. So it's really good to just let them be and appreciate from afar. The sea urchins, if anyone's seen the movie Surf's Up, you don't want to step on them. Really, really painful. I've done it myself. It kills. They're quite hard to get out. Abalone, delicious, but also a beautiful creature. And then we've got the crabs, and behind my head is like a little prawn-looking thing. And the one thing I want to focus on a little bit is the nudibranchs. They are part of the sea slug family. Now, there's hundreds of different types of sea slugs. The main one we get heaps, but the main one we get is that blue and yellow one there. They like to sit a little bit higher, closer to the sea level, surface level, and so we can see them quite easily when we go snorkeling. But if you were to go scuba diving, you can see a nudibranch or a sea slug ranging from about this big to the size of a 5-cent coin in just about any color you can imagine. So super cool, super rare creature. And then the swift movers, the ones we all know and love. We've got Stingeray, the Smooth Ray, and the Fiddler Ray. They are all amazing creatures, part of the Ray family. Now, the Stingeray and the Fiddler Ray use camouflage as their source of self-defense. Stingeray sort of hides in the dark spots with their spotted skin camouflaging in. And the Fiddler Ray, also known as the Banjo Shark, just a nickname, hides in between the sand with its camouflage skin, as you can see there. Smooth Ray is a little bit different. Its self-defense mechanism is its giant barb. It has a barb at the end of it, it's true. It is an absolute last source. These are gentle giants. We've got 3 or 4 that live at Portsea Pier here, one being 3 meters wide. I see it all the time. It's a beautiful creature. It comes, says hello, but they're nothing to worry about. They've got no predators in the bay. They're top of the food chain. So they're just cruising, going along, elegantly swimming, and they just feed at the bottom, eating dead fish, dead crabs, anything they can get their hands on, really. They do have their barb, it's true. We do need to respect them, pay respects to them, and this is their home. But they don't want to use it. It takes about 6 to 9 months for their barb to grow back. So they don't want to use it in themselves. Globefish, cousin of the pufferfish, super cool. It can puff up, be like a big old blue beach ball, spiky beach ball. Super cool, super fun, super cute as well. And our old wife, super amazing, stunning creature. And behind my head is a cuttlefish. I can't really move my head, but they are amazing creatures that can go camouflage. They can go any color they want. So you can be looking at them, moving with their little tentacles at the front of their face and going, wow, that's awesome. And then bang, they are invisible and you cannot see them anymore. You can see a slight little glimmer, but super hard to follow. And the wrasse, one thing I want to talk about that, the blue throat wrasse. They'll be moving around in groups of 9 or 10, and all of them except one will be female. So there'll be 1 male, 9 or 10 females, and they'll move around cruising along. Once that male dies, you can see the male is the one on the left, a little bit bluer, a little bit darker. Female's the one on the right, pinky brown sludge in the middle. Once the male dies, the biggest and strongest female will change everything into a male. Change gender, size, color, shape, everything, even anatomy. Excuse me. It will change into that male. Super amazing thing. Always an exception in the animal kingdom. And something that we'll see all the time and we can appreciate. Now, the main attraction, the weedy sea dragon. This one here is a male. You can tell it's a male because it has got those pink eggs implanted on them. The female will implant those eggs onto the male, but the male will look after it for the breeding season. Now, this whole thing is camouflage. They're terrible swimmers. Their top speed is that fast. Super slow. They're so slow you can't even see their fins in this image, but their fins are sort of located just behind their head and just in front of the eggs on the top side of their body. You can see those little appendages, those little circles. They do absolutely nothing but help them look like seaweed. So they'll anchor their nose and they'll sway and move with the flow of the ocean in an effort to look like seaweed. And I've got a video here where you can see just how much it looks like seaweed. You can see it there, but if you look just to the left and right of it, that seaweed looks exactly the same, and that one is currently swimming away from us, just out of instinct. But you can see just how incredibly it looks like seaweed. I'll play it once more. And our next video here, you get to appreciate just the beautiful colors and amazing constellations that are on it. You can see the little fins moving there, the little frills. Amazing. This one is a female. Now, super cool fun fact. There's little white dots scattered across the body of the female weedy sea dragon there. You can take a photo of it, send it to Marine Victoria, and they will map out the constellation, and they'll be able to tell you if it's been named. So you could be like, oh yeah, that's Mary. Say hello to Mary for me. If it hasn't been named, you get to name it yourself. So you can be like, I'm going to call this weedy sea dragon Optimus Prime. And then that way it's Optimus Prime forever. How cool is that? Next thing, safety. Now, the ocean is an incredible place, but we do need to pay respects to the things that live in it. Blue-ringed octopus, amazing creature. Beautiful, but we don't touch it. Highly venomous and poisonous. Not going to be fun if you touch it. Sea jellies, again, not really going to hurt you, but it does sting a little bit. Half the time they're not going to sting you when you touch them. Best not to take the risk. Don't touch them. Rays, as I said, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful creatures. So lovely. Gentle giants, but we need to pay respect to them. This is their home. We don't want to get barbed or step on them or anything like that. That's just basic respect. Now, I'm going to end this by saying Port Phillip Bay has an amazing, amazing area and ecosystem that we get to appreciate, and it's something that I take really careful in my heart. So I want to say thank you for listening to me, and also I hope you get to go out there and enjoy it yourself. So thank you very much. Hopefully this records.